Alrighty, good evening everybody, welcome to the BNR Racing Network. Here tonight as we bring you live racing from Bristol Motor Speedway. There in Tennessee. I'm going to go over a little bit of the race information here. Oh wait, we are not at Rockingham. Let me fix that real quick. I thought I'd done all that. It is going to be a fun one. These drivers are very loose. But they were already warned, so with what happens, so that'll be on there. Anyway, it'll be alright. I'm not gonna put everything else in. Anyway, here we're in Bristol, Tennessee. It's a half-mile track. Current track temperature is 76 degrees. Weather outside is 71 degrees Fahrenheit, 63% humidity, clear skies with a 4-mile-per-hour wind. 125 laps, 80% fuel, 4 sets of tires, 1 quick fix, 3 attempts, and a green-white checkered. So, like I said, they ain't playing around tonight. These admins are going to be on point with everything. So, we see drivers go down pits because they have a penalty to serve, and that is that. So. Oh, Jesus. We got 28 at the moment, so. And I have to get a drink, so I'll be back.
All right, Brian. Yes, Bristol Motor Speedway tonight for the BNR Truck Series action here on the high banks of Bristol, Tennessee, Thunder Valley. In the banking, you have 24 to 28 degrees of progressive banking, and excuse me, 4 to 8 degrees of banking on the straightaways. This track has been opened and operated ever since 1961. So 63 years old this year, this track is. First started out as an asphalt half mile.
Hey, just FYI, I did make a qualifying attempt, but I meatballed it in the second lap. Hit the wall in the first lap.
Yeah, we got it.
Oof, I'm gonna have to turn that down a little bit. Bristol will bring out some feisty things. Oof, so go over the starting grid. And it didn't save my cameras. There you go. Alright. So, starting P1 would be Jesse Gordon, P2 would be Sammy Archibald, P3 would be Joshua Highball, P4 would be Troy Daggett, P5 would be Dave Barry, P6 would be Brandon Moore, P7 would be Mark Brary, P8 would be Joe Stipe, P9 would be Philip Richmond, P10 would be Chris Campbell, P11 would be Dan Lowther, P12 would be Mike Slaughter, P13 would be Josh Small, P14 would be Zach Deuscher, P15 would be Skylar Sixton, P16 would be Tyler Myers, P17 will be Dale Ratt, P18 would be J.D. O'Brien, P19 would be Ernie King, P20 would be Pete Woodrum, P21 would be Ron Hunter, P22 would be Aaron Bradford, P23 would be Anthony Lane, P24 would be Paul Lawson, P25 would be Tyler Ortega, aka Adam A. P26 would be Cameron Smith, P27 would be Evan Amick, and P28 would be Dan Withers.
1892 was when the repave from asphalt to concrete happened here at Bristol. So, well over pretty much 35 years, or yeah, might as well say 35 years. You know, Bristol has been a concrete half mile. Now the apron of the track is asphalt, and pretty much most of pit lane. The pit boxes are concrete, so just like most of your other racetracks, that transition brakes and everything, you got to be careful not to slide through your box and all that other stuff we talk about each and every race and week about trying not to overshoot or make mistakes on pit road. Depending on how cautions will fall tonight, Brian, it looks like, depending, like I just said, who will make it on fuel, who won't. That fuel window, fuel percentage with the BNR truckers is a little bit almost able to make it, almost not. We're going to have to wait and see here. Don't know, guesstimated window is anywhere between 105 to 120 laps, so that's a big window, I know, but that is the guesstimated window. That's why I call it that, because we're kind of guesstimating. We get told one thing, and then sometimes these truckers can pull something out their hats. So decent field here tonight. Good sized field for the second race of the BNR Truck Series season here in the second half of 2024.
Yes, indeed, Will.
So the trucks are rolling through 3 and 4 now on the final warm-up lap, and lights are about to
Green flag.
go green here. Safety truck already to the confines of pit road. Really, Bristol, Brian, is all about tire management. Who's going to conserve the tires the best, and who's going to pounce and be quick right off the gate, right off the chute, and who wants to just kind of ride for a little bit, conserve, and just mind the pace, mind the gap, so to speak. It's not really a long race, but it's long enough to, like I just said, conserve those tires and hopefully be there at the end.
Oh, yeah. So I see these drivers do have a little bit more grip here, so thank God. You should have seen them in practice.
Well, I did note that there was a handful of drivers that had already logged pretty much a race and a half or a race and another quarter worth of laps. So there was at least 4 or 5 drivers that had logged over.
Isn't that such a great tool for you now?
Yes, it is.
I didn't even know
A nice.
that. Oh, Campbell with a little bobble there.
That outside lane momentum, like we talk about at a lot of other tracks, it really helps out a lot here at Bristol, especially if there's already enough rubber built up and laid down, carry over from practice, and if the track is liking, if it'll take a liking to where you're running too. Sometimes the top will, caution is out, and we have some sympathy spinners spinning with them as well a little bit there. One of them, it looks like Josh Small, I think, here in the cat truck. Anthony Lane, I believe, in the 81 that is. And Josh breaks loose right here going into what is that, turn 1 and 2, my apologies, and the truck just wants to come away from him. Nothing you can really do at that point except for kind of hang on and maybe drive out of it, but no, can't do it, as contact from one Bud truck to the other, who's in the 8, that is Bradford in the 8, so 81 and 8 taking a toll on Josh Small, and then the 742 and 88 lock it down and kind of sympathy spin. Like I said, I just wanted to be Danica Patrick and be part of the wreck. So nobody don't take offense now to what I just said, please. It's just kind of what it looked like, right? Everybody has so much rear brake in these trucks to get them to kind of plant the nose to have some trail braking here at Bristol, and that's just kind of what you saw out of those 3 truckers. They got on the brakes a bit too hard there, and they just kind of whipped it around, trying to put the binders on and not be a part of that crash. But sometimes, even when you do that, you're still a part of the crash. Avoidance is one of the key factors in racing, and sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't.
Sin. Who is CYM?
For,
I can't remember.
I can't remember who Sin is either, but it's definitely not me. That's not how I spell my Sin. So.
Well.
What? Mine is SYN, so that's.
Yes, that is.
I don't.
True.
So.
Well, they got 9 laps in, so that's
that's 9 laps more than I thought we were going to get in after I saw Bristol being the second race of the scheduled season here. So
it is dual pits, so they can enter wherever their stall is, and it's not single pit lane. So the pace lights are off on the truck wheel.
So 9 laps completed before our first caution. Gordon, Archibald, Highball, Daggett, and Moore. That rounds out the top 5. Stipe, Barry, Campbell. I forgot his name. And Barry rounds out the top 10. So we're going to get back going here in just a second. And we are rolling again here in Bristol. Louder? Louder. There we go.
See, this drone cam is nice. Okay, Zach's in the 38. I'm like, who the hell is in the 38?
Oh! What a save, though.
By Marley.
Caution.
So you could tell these trucks still...
Caution port. Wreck.
You could tell these truckers still extremely loose from practice to the race here. This concrete surface not really being kind to these competitors this evening. There you see Christopher Campbell right behind Brandon Moore. He kind of nips the wall coming out of turn number 4. Nothing wrong there, really. But the same thing kind of happens to him that happened to Josh Small. He starts to break loose, and he almost had it saved, and then it just kept wanting to come around. And we had synchronized spinning at the same time as wow, there goes sliding 2. So
Yeah, that low lane's treacherous. I think the official
maybe ring up Brandon Moore. Good old B Moore. Yeah, I haven't talked to Brandon in a couple of days. It's been a minute, so. Deutscher's in the 38.
Yep.
Interesting.
I guess.
Yeah. Taking Rangich's number away, like as if he was here. Brandon!
What's up?
What's up with you? How you doing?
I'm hanging in for an old man.
He said it's
Oh,
been
you-
a hot
you ain't
minute
old.
since we talked to Brandon, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So, we're here at Bristol. How's it going?
I was doing good. Enjoying myself. Just kind of cruising around and see if we can keep this thing in one piece.
Brian, why does it say Rockingham 165? This is not Rockingham.
I know.
So, you're currently in 6th position, but do you think you're going to get up there and maybe battle with Archie or Troy anytime soon?
We'll see. It's just so early right now. We'll just see how this race is going to play out.
There we go.
We're going to continue to get cautions. I might just hang out and just cruise around and let everybody pit, and I might stay out. Who knows? We might shake it up.
If you keep getting these cautions, are you going to have to pit at all?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm about good on fuel already. We're on lap 22. I'm showing 100 laps of fuel.
Wow.
I mean,
so
we're right on the verge of not pitting.
Yep. So just like I kind of said earlier, depending on the cautions, may not have to pit.
Yeah, because I'm not using the right stuff at all. I'm just kind of cruising the middle. Just waiting on the exit.
And with you not maybe pitting, what do you think the truck is going to handle like at that point, Brandon?
It'll probably be a little free, but we'll see what it does. I mean, if we can get out in clean air and put the truck in the right position, I don't think tires will matter that much.
Yes, sir, Brandon. Well, best of luck to you. Hopefully we'll be talking to you later.
That sounds good. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Brandon Moore, everybody in the Wrangler number 3 truck here, that Chevy Silverado, this evening. So everybody's lined up, double file, ready to go back green. Actually looks like he is the control truck, I suppose. It's going to lead him back, or is it Gordon?
I think it's Gordon.
Okay, yep. So.
Green flag.
Problem is, Will, everybody wants that outside lane.
Oh, Joe gets loose going into turn 3, but he saves it. What a save by Joe. That bottom lane just looks to be, that middle to bottom doesn't look like has no grip. Doesn't look like that's the lane where you want to be, because that transition going into the corner, just seems to be either bottoming the trucks out or just, I don't know, Brian. It just seems to
I don't know.
be.
Ever since the update, I know a lot of people are saying that it kind of ruined Bristol to where you can run multiple grooves.
Yes.
Cup cars, it's fine. It is just the trucks here. Good save by Bradford. See here, Zach Deutscher will looking to take the spot away from the Tweed. Yeah, from the Tweed. Damn.
Oh.
They are just beating up on Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell's going to need to get like a bullwhip or something after these guys later. He's going to have to make himself like an Indiana Jones style bullwhip or something. Lion tamer's whip, you know. The stream on the screen share is kind of laggy tonight, this evening.
Oh, another one loose. 63.
That's Lather in the 63, who did the synchronized spinning with Campbell a while ago to bring out the second caution of the evening.
What you doing there, homeboy?
Why didn't you just throw it back to the pits? Instead of sitting there.
I'm pretty sure he might have put it in reverse.
As you watch here, same thing, that bottom lane there.
Paul Lawson just getting kind of caught out there, kind of walked up the track, and he just had that wiggle, Brian. And in that bottom lane, like we talked about, and that's all it kind of took there to come up on the racing service.
He did tow, but just wasn't quick enough.
Hey, it happens, Brian. Some people, I guess you could say, don't have that quick reaction time, and that's fine. You know, things, even in the real world, you know, things are going to happen, and it is Bristol, baby. So, I mean, you know, you're just trying to get off the track as quick as possible, or hopefully not be in the way. He wasn't really in the way, but like I said, things happen. So pacing again under caution here for the third time. Little sprinkled dew cautions here. Hey JP out there in Chatland, how you doing tonight? Archie still in the lead, or Archie took the lead back, or no, my apologies. We have pit stops here. We have some pit takers, some drivers choosing to pit here under this caution. So that means that Gordon no longer going to be our race leader. Instead, Samuel Archibald will take over the lead. Troy Daggett, Brandon Moore, that's brother Mark Berry, and Dave Berry. So the brothers Berry, fourth and fifth. I almost said it right there. J.D. O'Brien in sixth position. Joe Stipe, Tyler Myers, Cameron Smith, and Josh Small rounds out the top 10.
Oh, Josh made it up there.
Made it up where?
To the top 10.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How about it, huh? Well, next week these drivers head to Daytona. So.
Yes, Daytona, Florida, just down the road from Orlando.
The truck schedule, didn't I?
Yes, I have the truck and cup schedules, yes.
Hey, look. Daggett changed his paint scheme, and look, he's doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember him saying that his paint schemes, like every time I this one paint scheme would just. At least they can get a couple of laps in under their belts every restart.
Yeah, they keep getting at least, 12, maybe 15 laps. That's better than getting, 5 laps. Yeah. 3 laps caution, 4 laps caution, 2 laps caution. Yes, I agree. 10 to 12, 15 laps is better than 2 laps caution. But after we just got through praising that, let's see how many we have after that.
You're good, JP. It happens, buddy.
Ready, green.
Happens to the best of us. Oh.
Green flag back out here again at Thunder Valley. We're rolling under speed here, so Cookie Monster, J.D. O'Brien out there on the high side trying to find a way by the regular machine. Dave Berry here. Everybody trying to settle in, maybe give some take or take and give. Archie he was one of the competitors that posted the most one of the most laps in practice, just about over 140 laps. There was 4 competitors, I believe, that had laps over 140 laps, but whenever it's a 125 lap race at Bristol, how many laps is enough laps? I used to know people that would log, multiple races worth of laps, and you'd only be running, say, half the distance of the race, of an actual race, right? So, this one here for multiple truck incident now. So,
I think that one started with Philip.
I think he had some help, though, maybe. I'm going to have to see here from the replay. But
no, probably that phenomenal bottle lane loose.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Yeah, indeed, Brian. You called it. So just at the end of it, Skyler nowhere to go, but then up here, and Del Rapp gets a part of it, and I think Campbell's going to get some more of it.
No, Campbell's all right. He really didn't.
Yeah, he kind of comes to a complete stop. He tries to get away from it. So just a couple of touches here and there, but still enough to go slideways and bring out the caution. Like I just said, praise it, and then it'll really make you feel like you shouldn't have done that. So now let's see who we can find on the totem pole to talk to. Archie, let's find and pull up Archie there. I gotta ask him a real nerving question. Hey, Samuel Archibald, you got a copy?
I do.
All right. Do you think running over 140 laps in practice is actually worth it whenever it's a 125 lap event?
Absolutely, always.
Why? Why is that?
You can get a real feel of how the race is going to go. If you run longer than the race, then you'll know what the truck will do around the lap 125.
Oh, exactly. I agree with you, but right now, it looked like maybe one of your biggest threats might have been that Gordon fella, but he pitted earlier, but he's all the way already back up to 8th. Do you think he's like your biggest threat tonight, or who are you looking out to maybe take this one away?
Probably Brandon Moore, if anybody. The other guy was racing, he was kind of burning his stuff up real quick. So probably Brandon, if I had to guess.
If he had to guess. All right. Well, congratulations on getting the outside pole here tonight, Sam. Hopefully, you'll be able to at least get a podium out of it tonight.
Yes. Thank you.
Yep.
I will try.
Well, Daytona's next week. You know what? If you can't get it here, maybe Daytona.
Oh yeah. I love Daytona, especially
maybe make a WBLR Foundation truck for Daytona.
We can definitely do that.
All right. Well, talk to you later, Sam.
Okay.
All right.
See ya.
Poor Sammy.
See ya. Why are you saying poor Sammy? He is a great individual.
Sammy is. What are you doing, Brad? What are you doing, Brad?
So, Sammy Archibald, Mark Berry, Troy Daggett, Brandon Moore, and J.D. O'Brien rounds out the top 5 as we will get set ready to go back green flag racing here after the little hiccup there from the 2 truck Philip Bridgman. But like we've pretty much already seen tonight, it's going to happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. It's going to happen to the best of them. And these are some of the best truckers out here.
Next week should be a little interesting.
Well, especially if we have 25 or more drivers at Daytona for sure, Brian. Oh, Highball, what a save What a save. Oh, man, he is fighting it. So much wheel. Oh, man, I really hope he gets that under control. All these truckers having a heck of a time here. You really get to see Marley with some issues. Hopefully he finds a tissue. So, a lot of competitors out here. I definitely... Do what?
I said, oh, Anime got a little loose there, as I see.
Yeah, this is a tough night, especially it being the second race of the Truck Series season here. And, you know, it's a tough one, that's for sure. But I feel like I'd rather have Bristol than, you know, say Martinsville being the second race. Go ahead, get this out of the way, because Martinsville is later in the Cup Series schedule. I mean, Truck Series schedule. My apologies. This is total. Oh, man. Contact just about made between Pete Woodrum. Is that Pete? That is Pete. In the one truck. Pete is, I believe, a lap down trying to...
How was your forward drive there towards the end of that little run we just did?
Paul Lawson on the 42 here. What happens with Paul? And looks like he starts to break loose. He catches it, but then breaks loose on the exit here of the corner. And hard impact, decent sized impact on the inside retaining wall, bounces back to the track. So that's why the caution came. Oh! And then might have got some Uncle Net code by somebody. I'm not sure who that was. Oh. No, that was not net code. I believe that was J.D. O'Brien trying to just avoid Paul Lawson and just overcorrecting, I think. So. Oh, he got loose out of 4. That's what happened. Okay. There's a bump right out of turn 4. If you hit it the right way, it's going to send you sliding. So that's what happened to JD. So hopefully not too much damage on the Cookie Monster machine. Let's see who we can get to talk to now, as I'm thinking. Is Dell in the Discord down there somewhere?
No, I don't see it.
Unfortunate. Ernie. How about Ernie?
Ernie is.
All right, drag him. Come on, get Ernie. Ernie.
Yo.
It's a handful out there, it looks like.
Yeah, I kind of didn't get a lot of practice in. I had some things going on at home. I'm starting to get the handle of it now, but oh yeah, she's a wicked loose.
Well, tell us what it's kind of driving like. You going into these corners and it's just like, oh.
Well, the weird thing is, when I first got in it, I was getting almost completely out of the throttle at the beginning of the race, and then after that, I was kind of staying in it a little bit more, and it was actually driving a little better. So I'm getting the feel of it, moving up here a little bit.
Yes, sir. Which groove do you normally like to be in here? Some of the Bristol. Which do you prefer?
Faster one. But I kind of like when I'm running in a line there, I kind of like enter kind of in the middle, let it ride up a little bit, and then get there on, dime in the corner a little bit. That's what I like to do, but low line if I can't do that, preferably.
Well, we've seen a lot of looseness out of that low line.
There was a lot of looseness out of that low line. And that's where the struggle seems to be with a lot of these cars. That seems like the preferred lane at the moment is the outside lane.
Yeah, especially when you get pinched down. I think that's the worst of it, is when you get kind of pinched down there. But we're going to see how it goes. I'll maneuver my way through here and see what kind of finish I can get.
All right, buddy.
Well, 65 laps to go. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Anyway, so still Archie, Barry, Gordon, Moore, and now Slaughter in the top 5. Deuscher, Lane, Stipe, King, and Highball. So pace truck pills off. Back to the safety end confines of pit road, getting done working the 5th caution. Green flag back out in the air. Oh, Archie doesn't get going. Brother Mark has to not beat him to the stripe, because if he beat him to the stripe, that will result in a red flag. Yes, in a red flag. Yes. Anyway, so that really set Mark on the back foot, I believe, because he was going to, I think, kind of time it like he did last caution. But this caution, Archie just spun his tires out there on the outside. It's very peculiar. Oh, Nelly. Joe Stipe and Highball. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Oh. Highball catches it yet again for about the 18th time. And man, we keep staying on Highball. He can make my hair grow gray. But it looks so crazy, so sketchy, so uncontrollable.
Yeah, I don't know what they did with this update. Bristol is and it's like I said, Bristol has never been like this. And I say that because Darlington never used to be the way it was as it is now. We were able to get around the track. But as soon as they did an update to it, I just can't do it anymore. Cup car, I think these boys would have no problem. The Cup car is a lot more stable. And I know that's a sad thing to say, but normally you would figure the trucks have more stability in it. The Cup cars are great here. Oh no, Tyler.
Anthony Lane there. This is a predicament right here, Brian.
It is. I would just
because even if he
spinning around.
Yep, but I'm not sure if there was bubble or I'm Netcode is just rearing its ugly head tonight, Brian.
It is. Well, they're also working on that Netcode deal. I was watching a little development thing. They're working on it to get it better.
Looks like. Oh, there's a truck sideways. Oh, and he gets hit. Cameron.
I was gonna say.
Cameron Smith just comes in and Arnie goes in and just absolutely just Martin Truex Jr.
Whoa.
No, that happened to Truex and also Jason Leffler, or was it Casey Kane? But Richmond, I believe, wasn't it that happened to Truex back whenever he was driving for Chance 2 Motorsports,
yes.
Jr. in the 8 car?
Mm-hmm.
But it also happened, I think, either Casey Kane and Leffler. It is such a, it's such a, oh, wow. They barely get by. So, that's Marley and Campbell, and then he's just sliding down the track. You got no control. Oh, man. And these are blind corners. Let's take a ride on board, and let's ride on board with the 7. Yeah, both of them. But Cameron first, and then Joe, because you'll understand what we mean by these are blind corners. Whenever Cameron is traveling through turns 3 and 4 here, all he sees is these guys right in front of him. You can't see throughout the corner, and bam! You expect the unexpected at Bristol, I tell you, because you never expect that. You may expect a truck to be like stopped or slideways, but my definition of slideways is the truck is still on all 4 tires. I just said slideways, and he is literally on his side sliding down the track. And this will be the onboard now with Joe. Oh, okay, Campbell. Because this is Christopher Campbell and Marley, Skylar, Marley Sigston. Oh, man. You should have rode on board with Skylar.
I can do that. Oof.
Man. So we timed that just right. Perfect timing. So look at Wonder. Wonder is out here on the outside lane. I think he might be the control truck. Troy Daggett to the inside here.
Green flag.
Oh, another huge crash
I don't know why
here.
you can't hear Earl. Can you hear me?
Looks like Josh gets turned by Sammy, and that just leads to so much chaos.
I wasn't expecting him out that soon.
3 wide at Bristol, Brian, isn't going to work. And so much log jamming going on. Oh, man, it was almost 4 wide, just about. And it's just going to bottleneck coming out of the corner. You're running out of room, running out of real estate. And Archie gets up in there and just turns Josh right across the nose of brother Mark, and then a stack up happens, and Zach, kind of an innocent bystander in this, gets ran over. Like I said, just part of the logjam effect that happens. He puts on the binders, but laws of motion, right? Once a force of motion gets put into play, it becomes hard to stop that force of motion.
Yep. They're almost there. So working the 7th caution. I think the the driver award's going to go to Highball there. With how many times he's got loosey-goosey
And not totally totaled the truck? Yes, I agree.
So Bridgman Lowther. Bridgman Lowther, Mick, and Withers are all out of the race. I guess they said, well,
Green flag. Caution's out. Caution's out. Be ready with, there you go. Be ready with that brake clean and stuff, guys. Your blower, they're going to drop down some oil dry here, I'm sure.
Well, another whole batch of more chaos, Brian, unfolded here. One of the dominant trucks of the night gets swept up in this. The outside pole sitter, Sammy Archibald, and J.D. O'Brien, 88, Tyler Ortega, 24, Ernie again, 25. Handful of trucks. Just some real hard, tight racing here. Coming about to the closing stages of this race, not quite there. I wouldn't say the pay window has got open yet, but man.
Yeah, the 30 was checking up, so he didn't run to the back of the 77. 33, I guess, couldn't see that, so he got into the back of the 30 as Sammy went down low. Unfortunately, 33 is caught in the middle. Sammy gets clipped in the rear and sent up the track into the 14. And Brandon nearly escapes it. Very unfortunate. I wish they would have done a better job on Bristol, to be honest with you. But I don't make it, so. I want to say Daytona probably going to go a hell of a lot better.
I mean, it could, and then they could all just crash going into turn 3 on the back straightaway on the first lap.
Yes.
So anything is possible, Brian.
Oh, absolutely it is. Like I said, I was even told the officials are the same way in the trucks and the Xfinity. So, very unfortunate, but to me, I would say that's a heartbreaker.
Trackhouse Racing President Ty Norris has parted ways with the team on good terms. There are rumors he may be joining Colleague Racing in an undisclosed role.
Yep, I saw that. Anyway, pace truck's off again.
Green flag, green flag.
A lot of bottlenecking going on, Brian.
Caution. What have you got?
Oh, man. And just more of the same of what we just saw, pretty much.
So going into 1 to 14. Mike carries some great speed through there. You see there the bumps of that 33. Lifts the rear up out of the 33. And then straight into Bradford.
What did I say to make you laugh, JP? Or
Oh no,
did it?
that was earlier with Joe Stout flipped over.
Oh, okay, gotcha. 10-4. Oh my goodness, Mike Slaughter. Oh man, he grinded the fence, Brian.
He did.
Wow. Total non-stop action tonight, I tell you what. You know, whenever I said
There's
there
been
was
a lot of
60-something, was I right in saying that earlier?
Yeah.
I don't think I was.
Sir, I think you probably were correct. I don't know. So Daggett, Highball, Berry, Gordon, Rapp, Myers, Moore, Campbell, Stipe, and Pete is your top 10.
Well, Brian, we didn't do a crank it up last night, but we haven't done one yet tonight. So whenever they go back green on this restart, we can do a crank it up. But in the meantime, yeah, we'll try it. Doesn't hurt to try it. Like you said, next week could be a lot better, or it could be just about the same. But 9 cautions ain't really all that bad for who all we've had in this race. 25 starters, 25, 26 starters at Bristol. And with how slick this track has been tonight, it's almost no surprise. If it ain't Phoenix, it's Bristol. If it ain't Bristol, it's New Hampshire. If it ain't New Hampshire, it's back to Phoenix being broken.
Yep.
Let me get a look-see here about see who has laid down the best lap time at a 14.63. That is Jesse Gordon. Yes, sir. Jesse Gordon at a 14.63. Next best person to have the best next lap time is Troy Daggett with a 14.17. So some quick fellas here tonight, Brian.
Yep.
Green flag.
Green flag back out in the air. Good. Even Stevens restart by both lanes. Not too much wheel slippage or spin, I'd have to say. But nevertheless, they're going after it. Tyler Myers, one of the biggest movers of the race, is up 12 positions. Dale Rapp is up 11 positions, and Pete Woodrum is plus 10. Cameron Smith is plus 12. Tyler Ortega was up 10 positions as well, but now losing a couple of positions. So, nevertheless, biggest movers. Oh yeah, we were going to do a crank it up.
Yeah, I gotta find the these new cameras. It's not like my old one.
It's all good, Brian.
Like I'd have to see where they're at on track.
Yeah, the track temp is only 71 degrees, 66 degrees, so it has changed dramatically. And crank it up now at the moment, so we'll let you have fun here in the trucks.
Fucking caution for? Big crash? Hey man, I don't know.
Caution out again. Laps remaining. Ooh, the 30 just whips it around and, oh man.
Good maneuver by Josh and Ernie. Wow. Good driving by those guys. Absolutely.
Ron Hunter there, driving the 1.5 Stu. Before in the past, on a concrete track, once you start to lose it, there's almost no grip there, and it's difficult. It doesn't quite also, Brian, look like Bristol has even really rubbered in either. It kind of does, but it doesn't, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do. I think I have Daytona for 100 laps.
No, that would be a full truck race then. See, maybe.
You're breaking up.
Oh, well, so are you. Alright, how about now? I don't know why it does that. Hello? Ring-a-ding?
Yeah, you're good.
Alright.
80 laps good there? Oh.
100 laps is fine. That's the full length of a truck race there. I mean, if you want to run 60, 80, whatever, that's your league, bruh. I don't know why you always want my opinion. Is it because you're the one that tortures me having to sit here and call these races with you? Is that why you ask my opinion?
Yep.
Hey, I give a good feedback. There are some races where I don't mind them being the actual distance of a race. But other races, it's like, oh, hold up now. Wait a minute. Even Daytona, I always look at it like this. It depends on if you can get the turnout for it and, you know, how you think the racing may unfold. If you want to only want to run half the distance, that's fine. If you want to run, say, 75 laps, do, kind of flip a coin with you, right? Do whatever you think, Getting ready to go back green here. You have Jesse Gordon and Troy Daggett on the front row. And Barney the flagman waves it away. Here we go, barreling through turns 1 and 2 here. 15 laps remaining, so the pay window has definitely opened. To me, the pay window at Bristol opens with 25 to go. You need to put yourself in the right positions possible to have a best finish possible with that amount of time to go, because, that's when you need to really hopefully be there at the end, as they always say, as contact made. Dell Wonder Rap and Brandon Nemesis Moore. So good side-by-side battle for what is fifth position, final position for the top five. Also includes Zach Deutscher there, fifth, sixth, and seventh position. So blue truck war going on as Brandon trying to drive away. Jesse Gordon has taken the lead away. I guess I did the old commentator's jinx on old Archie. I was like, hopefully you can finish strong here tonight, and then bam, I just guillotined him with that hex, with the curse. I was like, abracadabra and curse on you. But hopefully he'll be coming back strong next week with hopefully a new paint scheme instead of the old Red Baron looking thing. So 10 laps to go tonight. Cameron Smith. Oh, contact. Deutscher up in the wall, having to navigate that. He was trying his best to hang on to a top 10 performance after, I believe, he wasn't able to make last week's race, but this could be the caution for Deutscher, and it is going to be the caution for Deutscher, as he was sitting there holding a pretty wheel, riding strong, and he kind of wants to get down there in the bottom lane, going through 3 and 4. That was nice. So, but then, he tries it in 1 and 2, and it kind of bit him there, Brian. That kind of late diamond exit, and he grinds the wall a little bit, pulling a Joe. And he just decides, all right, that's enough. And I believe he's going to be trying to park it for the night. I believe something could have broke Brian after having that hard impact with the turn 2 retaining wall. So that's unfortunate, but
yeah, I'm going to say
hopefully this might set us up for a green-white checkered here. I'm not 100% sure, but at the moment it's looking okay. We might just get it with 4 to go. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah. It'll probably
11. I'm sorry, go ahead, yes. I was going to say, with tonight, with how the track conditions were, with the track not, I don't really see it taking on too much rubber. For some reason, it didn't look like the track wanted to rubber in. That's a big culprit and a big cause to why you see these trucks not really able to go too long before they just slide out from underneath them, or it just could be, as soon as they, want to get back to the power, or, they turn into the corner and they break loose. So, Bristol has been at times notoriously bad at moments to where you can't hardly find grip with it. So sometimes you just have bad races. Not every race is going to be a fantastically great knockout, drag out, awesome race. But nevertheless,
Now, I would say if the track took rubber, these guys would be alright. For some odd reason, the track's not taking as much rubber as they would like it. But
and ever since the update happened a few months back, where it's the what do you call it, the new update a few months back, to where it's the new weather and stuff, right? You know what I'm trying to say, but I can't find the word right now. Progressive changing or something. Anyway, I think that has kind of messed with like certain tracks taking on rubber because there was another track. Was it Dover or Nashville? It was somewhere that it just didn't want to take it. Yeah. Anyway, but hopefully, I think it's going to be a 3-lap shootout here, or it's literally a green white checkered here. So Jesse Gordon, Troy Daggett, that's the front row again. Jesse on the outside. He's had a real good truck, and he was another one of those drivers, I believe, that logged a good amount of substantial laps in practice. So I knew he was going to be ones to watch leading into this race. White flag is out, Brian. And there is a big gaggle, just a whole gaggle going on. But Jesse Gordon is going to come through 3 and 4. Checkered flag waving, winning a race here. What an outstanding performance from Jesse. He had to drive up through the field. He was in a wreck or two, a couple of altercations from having to drive up through the field. But if I'm not mistaken, Jesse started on the pole.
Yes.
So, man, what a race for Jesse. Fastest lap started on the pole. I wouldn't really say dominated, but if this race would have had some long green flag moments, I bet you he would have dominated. He kind of did have the truck to beat at one point after he took the lead and led a few laps. Like I said, we had a good 15-lap spell. If I'm not mistaken, he led that about 15, almost 20 laps, Brian, until we had that second caution, right? So almost 20 laps in. So that was about one of the longest runs of the night. Jesse Gordon, Troy Daggett, David Berry. That's the top 3 podium finishers. Joshua Highball, Brandon Moore. That rounds out the top 5. Dell Rapp, Mark Berry, Christopher Campbell, Pete Woodrum, Xavier Ortega there in 10th place. Tyler Myers, Josh Small, J.D. O'Brien, Cameron Smith, Ernest King. That's the top 15. Joe Stipe, Ron Hunter, Zach Deutscher. All right, yes, indeed. So Brian should have the podium finishers.
Yes.
As Dave Barry, haven't talked to Brother Dave here in a good minute. You know, I talk about the Barry brothers as if they're wrestling tag team marching down to the ring. Brian, if you could see what I imagine.
I know exactly who that is. That's animated.
Who?
Sin.
Oh, yeah. I should have known. You should have known.
Yeah, we could have got done about 9.
Oh, yeah, we could have been done a long time ago. I agree with you, Dave. So, Brother Dave Barry here in 3rd position, final step on the podium. I know we just yanked you up out of nowhere, mid-sentence and everything. What's your opinions of the race, other besides what we just stated? I love it. So, yes.
The race was all right. There was just a little bit more cautions. No, not a lot of give and take, but more cautions than I wanted. I was hoping to get some good long runs in, 50 plus laps. But all in all, I mean, it kind of made it. Should we pit because we got enough fuel to go all the way, and it's just a matter of when do we want to go ahead and put those tires on because you only needed to pit once here.
Yes, indeed. It almost. Didn't know what to expect from one. You had trucks grinding on the fence. You had trucks sliding sideways down the track, and I didn't know what I was watching. But yeah, overall, third place. Like you said, I was expecting maybe different things to play out. I didn't really like. There's a couple of restarts. You saw a little bit of a hiccup, but were you expecting more hiccups on the restarts than what we actually saw tonight?
Yeah, what I was seeing is we had guys backing off on the starts and trying to go forward, and when they would go forward, they would have to back off again, and it was just checking everybody up. So that was the biggest key was the restarts. People just need to line up and be where they're supposed to be and stop leaving so much gap. I even had to do that once because otherwise I would have been in trouble from passing a car on the inside as an outside starter. So just we just got to work on some the starts and stuff and get lined up better. But other than that, I mean, what do you expect? We're running qualifying laps practically the whole race.
And those trucks look like a handful tonight. So another thing, the truck didn't look like it was.
You cut out, Will.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah,
all right.
I got. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
Like the trucks on corner entry and maybe a little bit not as much on corner exit. They look like a handful, really, trying to just get the nose planted. And another thing, what was the other thing I just said? The track didn't look like it was taking down a lot of rubber. Was that the case also, Dave, behind the wheel?
Well, the track couldn't take rubber because we couldn't run enough laps to lay it down. Yeah. Hard laps. So the problem that people were having, well, even myself, is the car felt good after about 3 or 4 laps. But if you ran so hard, it would just snap loose. If you drove it in too hard, it would just snap loose. So you didn't know when that was going to happen. So you had to really take care of it from the very start of your run, so you could control what the vehicle's doing itself. You just had to have the right feel, and I just don't think some of the guys had that feel tonight.
Yes, sir. Thanks for talking to us, answering.
No problem, guys. You're cutting out a lot there, but no problem. And you guys have a good evening, and thanks to BNR, you guys at the broadcast booth. Good job, and congrats to Jesse on the win.
Sir, you just... Anyway, we're going to... Before you say all that, hold on. Next week, y'all head into...
Daytona.
Yeah.
Man, you really want to get away from us, don't you?
No, it's just you were cutting up so bad, I just assumed that was the
conversation. So. Okay, yes, sir. But Daytona next week, yes, sir.
Yeah, Daytona, I'm not a super speedway guy, so I don't look forward to the super speedway races, but I've got to get better at them because, everybody runs them, so I just got to get better at them. So am I looking forward to it? No, but it's a learning curve for me on those tracks, and I guess that part of it I am looking forward to, so we'll see what happens.
Awesome job here tonight
on the podium.
Jesus.
Oh, thank you.
Poor Will.
Yep. Poor Will.
And
I don't understand what's going on. It was just both things. Anyway,
put another quarter in your mic.
Oh wow! Later, Travis Tripp.
Later.
Here's a quarter for someone who cares. Anyway, so yeah, I guess just get a
Troy.
What? Yeah, oh yeah, Troy Daggett, defending BNR Series champion, Troy Daggett.
What up, guys?
Hey, you finally found the paint scheme that actually gives you luck.
I told you, it was the paint scheme. That's why I switched it back.
Okay, well, get the review done. Don't have to, unplug the headset. I'll get back in, anyway, so, Troy, up and down night, etch-a-sketch night by a handful of competitors, basically dodging slideways trucks, and whenever I say slideways, I'm not necessarily meaning on all 4 tires at the same time, right? So a lot of chaos tonight. The track never could take down the rubber because you couldn't go long, right? So just tell us about it from your point of view.
Yeah, there was quite a few cautions. in that race. Luckily, I was not involved in any. I was just trying to control my own destiny and be up front. I think I was up front most of the race until I had to come in around lap 50-ish to take tires. And after that, worked my way back up to the front and tried to not give the lead up, but Jesse's quick, and I knew he was going to be a tough one to beat when come down to the last few laps.
What all were you doing to try to?
I'm guessing what he was trying to say was. Oh, is he back?
Okay, anyway, so what all I was trying to say was, what all were you doing behind the wheel to prevent your truck from like just yelling out more than others, Troy?
Number one was not running that bottom line. That bottom line, you had to be real touchy on that throttle, and if you weren't, you were getting loose. So I was trying to run that high line, kind of diamond a little bit and pinch it coming off so I can get a better run down the straightaway. But to not get loose was just avoid that bottom groove at all times. During restarts and everything, I was trying to convince other people to take the bottom lane on restarts, and I was trying to take the top line because we know it's better.
Well, Troy, congratulations about your P2 finish. Jesus.
Next week we head to Daytona because that's what he was about to ask. So
yeah, Daytona next week, Troy.
Mindset going into Daytona.
Daytona's going to be much the same. Try to stay up front because I feel a lot safer up towards the front and towards the back and the middle of this pack. So I have to control my own destiny by being up there. And while I'm up there trying to find my teammates, Ron Hunter and Dan Lowther, and if Tyler Kim's on next week, get him on there too. So look for the four of us, try to go up front and be up there.
Yes, sir. Awesome job here tonight, Mr. Daggett. Any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before we get you back down there with your teammates?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for hosting this and putting it on, BNR Racing. All the admins in the league that help put it on. It's great to have them. It's a real fun league to race. Most importantly, my wife and my kids for letting me race on these nights. Barb K Custom Engraving for them to let me put their sponsor on the car. My teammates, Dan, Ron, and Tyler. And once again, I thanks for all the drivers that show up. It's a lot of fun right now. Good class field, a lot of cars. I like it. A lot of competition out there. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. It's also an honor to have you here for another season on board. So best of luck to you heading into Daytona, sir, and hopefully we'll be talking to you there too.
Hopefully, too. Hopefully, be number one. If not, I'll take top three.
Yes, sir.
You guys have a great night.
You too, buddy. Next up, Jesse. All right, Will.
Hey, Jesse Gordon, congratulations.
All right, there. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Brian, you just.
Okay, I'll do it. Yep.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the win, buddy. I see this was your first race to come into. What a treacherous night. Unfortunately, we try to get the track conditions to be where they were, but I guess the officials are having the same issue too as well. So, walk us through how your night went and just your overall handling of the car. And by the way, congratulations on starting on the pole too as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, overall, the truck felt good. It was a tough battle for sure. You had to, really know when to push it and when to save tire as much as possible, and also, you had to really make sure that you didn't loop it off the corner because it would get a little bit loose off the corner. So, Yeah, it was a good race. It was fun. I had a blast with all these guys racing, and the different pit strategies played a definite role. I think I had a little bit better tires than the top three there, the last couple of yellows, and was able to basically kind of work my way and pace myself through and try to not obviously make any real big mistakes. And yeah, it all worked out.
Yes, sir, indeed. I agree with you. Bristol can be a tough track. I consider it a driver's track slash rhythm track. So that'll be that for Bristol. Next week, you might have a little bit more of a bigger field, a little bit more weaving through the traffic there as we head to Daytona. So, what's going to be the mindset if you are here next week? What's going to be the mindset heading into Daytona?
Yeah, Daytona, me and super speedways, it's real hot and cold relationship. Yeah, we usually have a good run. Try to stay up front for the most part. I like to be in control of my destiny, but if you know things come into play and pit strategy, and if you get shuffled in the middle or the back, it's chaos. So yeah, I'll try and make it with my work schedule and everything, working long shifts and being here on the West Coast. It's sometimes tough to make the races, but yeah, all in all, I'll try and make it, and we'll see how we can do.
Yes, sir. Absolutely awesome job on the win again. Any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before we get you on out of here?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for putting the series on and broadcasting, and of course all the drivers for coming out. And Bristol's a tough beast, and I think everybody did a fair job and did a good job. So racing with all the racers, all the guys, and then my sponsors: Pink Chicks Tanning Salon, Amsoil, Creatus Tires, Davis Trenching, United Window Tint, Empire Motorsports, and my team HBM Motorsports.
Yes, sir. Awesome job, buddy. Congratulations once again on the win, and hopefully, if you are here next week, hopefully we'll be having a similar conversation. But if not, then hopefully your day goes good at work, and hopefully you can make it.
Oh yeah, much appreciated. Thank you guys.
No problem, buddy. Hey, you have yourself a great night.
You as well. Thank you.
No problem. Anyway, that will do it here from the BNR Racing Network. As you see here. Oh, whoops. That ain't what we want. A lot of ups and a lot of downs. Some drivers came out pretty good. The other drivers quite didn't go their way. So, like I said, my apologies again. I didn't think Bristol was going to be this bad. So now we know for the next time, and have to keep this track in mind again. And yeah, the next time we are live on the BNR Racing Network, I do believe is next week on a Monday for the AMS Cup Series as they head back here to Bristol. And then the BNR Truck Series on Tuesday. With Daytona, and then I think we are back live again on Wednesday nights for the SRU Xfinity Series side of things. So once again, I want to thank you guys all coming out, tuning in, having a great time, talking with myself and Will. Unfortunately, Will was having mic problems and he was getting a little flustered, but that's all right. Nothing less. Once again, thank you guys for coming on out, and hopefully you guys have a safe and wonderful